way to the final, to be honest.
Yeah?
Yeah. I believe in my county, and I suppose they're good at football. They just have to believe in themselves.
I love playing 12, I love playing 10. I love being on the pitch, to be honest.
Are you confident?
Absolutely not.
Ah, no! Thank you for all the supporters. Thank you for the team. Thank you, France. Merci la France. Merci les baguettes. Merci les croissants. Je vous aime. I love you. Hello, welcome along to Word on the Street. It's just me and Rachel this week. Eve is off sick with the flu, we think.
Yeah, coincidence that it happens just around the time of the Christmas party and that she's got a holiday planned to London. So I don't know.
If she doesn't show up at the Christmas party, I'm going to be fuming.
But also don't show up sick, Eve.
Yeah, actually don't spread those germs. But so it's just me and Rachel this week, and Eve will be in and amongst the pod because over the past couple of weeks, we've been gathering public opinion out on the streets of Dublin around the Olympic Sport Awards and who people are likely to be voting for. So a little bit about the Sports Awards. They're going to be on December 6th. Off the Ball's been doing loads in the build-up. We're the official media partner with them, so you'll be seeing our faces across a couple of different things, and on the red carpet that night, I believe.
Yeah, we were discussing the very important details of that earlier, and what are we going to wear?
Yeah, I don't have a dress. I do not have a dress. Or an outfit. Doesn't have to be a dress, but that's next week's job. But the awards of itself, so it's a first of its kind celebration of Irish Olympians and those shaping the Olympic sporting journey. It honours, recognises and celebrates Ireland's greatest athletes and their teams and all the people around them. Basically, I did a bit of a deep dive into how it worked because shockingly I didn't know until today, which is classic. But there's 10 categories of awards and we're going to go through them in a sec. And they were nominated by Olympians, the national federations and the high performance directors for most of them. But then there was public nominations for Community Impact of the Year Award and Creator of the Year Award. And then, just to make it more complicated, there is 10 judges, including Off the Ball's John Duggan, which I can't wait to see him on the night, yeah. And they completed a shortlist first of the kind of submitted nominations. Those went to a public vote in 8 of the 10 categories for 2 weeks in November. And I just read there on the website that there were over 42,000 votes cast from the public.
Wow, it's amazing. I'm not surprised though, because the athletes, usually when it comes to awards, everyone's like, oh, I shouldn't be,
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it. And like, it was all the team. But for this, everyone was really gracious, but there was just a bit of crack behind them as well. Patsy Joyce, the boxer, put it up in his story being like, what have you got? And like,
come at me.
tags the other people. So like, there was a nice little bit of good crack around it too. So I'm not surprised that people got behind it.
Yeah, no, that's true. But it is pretty cool for the first of its kind to have that many people voting in. But then, so basically the public vote matters a lot, but it is combined with the judging panel's decision kind of before the day to determine the winner in the different awards. So that'll take place on December 6th. And just a quick readout of the awards. I won't go through all the different nominations because that would take a long time, but we've got Allianz Female Athlete of the Year, Allianz Male Athlete of the Year, Key Payton Innovations Coach, SPAR Community Impact Award, McKeever Sports Creator of the Year, which I can't believe we're not up for, actually.
I know.
Who didn't nominate us? Deloitte High Performance Programme of the Year, Fiat Olympic Sporting Moment of the Year, Sport Ireland Rising Star, and Flogus Team of the Year. I hope I'm not butchering Flogus. You're unsure?
Yeah, no, it sounds good to me.
Okay, cool. So those are the 10 awards, and yeah, we'll be finding out on the night on the 6th of December. But as I said, we've been kind of out and about gathering. What's it called when people go out before like a presidential election and they
canvassing.
Except canvassing.
We were neutral. If you're canvassing, you've got a side. We were.
Oh yes, no, we were very neutral.
Yeah, just assessing the.
Opinion polls, thank you, Kathleen. We were gathering opinion polls on who people will be voting for. I think canvassing was also correct. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Also involved a nice little bit of arts and crafts from Team Word in the Street as well, which was nice.
Yeah. If you go onto the Instagram page and look for the votes for the Female and Male Athlete of the Year, you'll see my beautiful cardboard cutouts that actually took about 2 hours to do. I think we forget how much involvement there. I started it out being like, this is so fun. I get to spend, an hour of my workday printing and cutting, and then by the end I was like, I hate this.
I see another bit of Crit Stick. Yeah.
My God. But yeah, so we started with Sport Ireland Rising Star of the Year, and up or shortlisted in that category is Eve McMahon from sailing, John Short from swimming, and Patsy Joyce from boxing. Now, I know you've chatted to Patsy and John a little bit more than I have. I'd know Eve from the sailing because I came across her a lot in kind of my youth and growing up. What she's doing is incredible. She was number 1 this year. She won, I think, a world championship, and she's so young. So she's going to be insane. She came 14th in the Olympics in France as well, which was incredible for her first kind of campaign. But tell us a little bit about John and Patsy.
Like I was just about to say, also so young, but I suppose that's going to come with Rising Star of the Year. So look, we'll park them being amazingly young.
Yes.
Lucky enough to get to chat to Patsy now a good few weeks ago. Like he comes from like a family. His uncle was an Olympian as well, and they were all trained by Zor at Sport Ireland. So it's just incredible, and exactly just like what he's doing for his age. He won the medal over there in Liverpool with Grania Walsh and Aoife O'Rourke.
Yeah.
He was just over at another under 23 European Championships at the moment. I think he might have gotten knocked out at the last 16 there, but all you hear from everyone is like, this guy's the kid, you know.
Yeah, he's the next
up
big
and coming.
thing.
And the same with John Short. Like, what's so special about him is that he won double world gold medals and European gold medal this year, and he was only doing his leaving cert.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, so
overachiever there.
Overachiever, yeah. Like, was getting his leaving cert results the same day that he was competing in a world championship final.
I couldn't even deal with the stress of like one exam, let alone. It's amazing the way all these things go on, and they really aren't kind of in our consciousness until something like this comes up and we dig in and we learn all about them. But there's some incredible athletes up. But we asked everyone in the Off the Ball office basically who they would vote for. And yeah, these are the results.
Who is Sport Ireland Rising Star of the Year? Eve McMahon, John Short or Patsy Joyce? Patsy Joyce, I think, world medalist as a teenager, is pretty much the definition of a rising star. So
I'll go for Patsy Joyce on this because Irish boxing is on the way back, and Patsy Joyce is going to be front and centre when Ireland clean up at the LA Games.
Hello, everyone. Eve McMahon has to be sailing. She got bronze in the world's ultimate respect for people who do sports that I can never comprehend.
Patsy Joyce, he's a superstar in the making, and hopefully in 2028 he can follow his uncle John Joe into become an Olympian, because he's absolutely gold.
Oh, toss up between Patsy Joyce, but I think I'll go for Eve McMahon. Becoming number 1 in the world is not an easy feat, especially for the first time in sailing. So
Eve McMahon to be number 1 in the world is a pretty phenomenal achievement, and to do it at 21 years of age I think is even more impressive.
Patsy Joyce, fellow Westmeath man, I think it would be rude not to vote for him, and I don't know if I'd be welcome back home, so get voting for Patsy.
Patsy Joyce, what that man is doing in the world of boxing at the moment is absolutely incredible. To win a world bronze medal at the age of 19, he's got a European gold medal as well. I think this fella's going to go far. I think we'll see him at the LA Olympics winning a medal for Ireland.
Eve McMahon, for sure. I feel like she's staring at me from somewhere in the office.
Okay, I think Patsy came out just a little bit on top there. As you said, there was a bit of beef going on in the Instagram stories between him and Eve of we'll see who takes it home on the night. And I mean, our small Off the Ball offices aren't a massive sample size to say he's definitely going to win it, but it does seem like the Irish public love boxing, and if that's anything to go off, he might kind of clinch the award.
Yeah, and like it just sees. I was chatting to John Short as well about like the impact that Mona McSharry and Daniel Whiffen had on swimming. So it's like all of these athletes as well, they're just like riding the crest of the wave of like a success at the Olympics and the success in the last couple of years. So it's great to see who they mentioned as their like idols growing up as well, because they would have people like that would have been like mine and your age. And
yeah, I know. Makes you feel old, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. Yeah. For getting into more like, you know, the individuals, the big dogs, the big guns, we've got the Allianz Male Athlete of the Year was whittled down to Ben Healy, Cian McPhillips, Fintan McCarthy and Rory McIlroy.
Yeah. Rory McIlroy just jumps off the page in a way, doesn't he?
I've got a bit of recency bias going on. I was chatting to Fintan McCarthy not that long ago, so
I mean, he does too. I just think when you like don't think about it deeply enough, Rory is just like, boom.
Yeah. In any sporting sphere, in any country worldwide this year, you put Rory McIlroy on a list.
Yeah.
People the world over are going to be like, that guy did good.
Yeah. I feel like that, literally, as you said, I know this is the Irish Olympic Sport Awards, but internationally, Rory's name is so well known in a way that probably none of the others are quite yet.
Yeah, just not on the scale after the year he had.
Yeah. But anyway, we, as we said earlier, we were out Eve and I were out in the streets of Dublin chatting to people about who they would be voting for their male and female athlete of the year. So this is a very small sample size. It happens to be the people who were kind of walking around Dublin between 10 and 12 2 Thursdays ago. But we're taking their word for...
Yeah, they
represent...
speak for the nation now.
Yeah, they speak for the nation. So up first, this is who those people thought would win the Allianz Male Athlete of the Year.
I'm also going to go...
We've got a rowing fan.
I love rowing.
I love it. Thank you so much.
No worries.
I can't give it to a rower. I'm going to say Rory McIlroy.
You didn't even look through the rest.
I'm not even going to look through the rest. Yeah,
Did you watch the?
Of course, yeah.
All of it?
Well, no, but I mean, I watched enough to know that. I watched the last hole anyway, so.
The Masters.
Yeah, so I was with the Masters, of course. Yeah.
Are you talking about Ryder Cup though?
The Ryder Cup recently, yeah.
So if Shane Lowry was in here, would you give it to him or it's Rory all the way?
No, I think Rory because he got the Masters. You know what I mean? That was his kind of ambition. I think he's then followed it up with a Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
You know.
He's elite.
He's elite. He's an elite sports star for Ireland. So.
You can pick as well.
Rory. I pick Rory because he won the Masters this year and he definitely deserves it. Yeah.
Yeah. He's the best Irish sports person of the year.
Yeah, I'd say so this year.
What's
Yeah.
your record, Jeff? Has to be McIlroy. Rory McIlroy.
Big ups McIlroy.
Yeah, he was really good, winning the Irish Open and everything, and the Ryder Cup. He's a superstar.
Did you watch the moment where he made that putt for the Masters?
Did indeed, yeah.
Yeah.
Steady.
Insane, wasn't it? Was that the best sporting moment of 2024?
Oh, I think 2024.
Yes.
2025.
Sorry. On the weekend, I think tops that.
So if he was in here, would it be Troy Parrott?
Troy Parrott, yeah, it would have to be him.
Sorry, I'm voting rowing again. I was in my past life.
So you're biased toward the rowing. Were you watching it over the Olympics last year?
Oh, they're brilliant. Yeah.
And I'll go with Rory McIlroy for the golf because he got his Masters in the end and did us all proud.
Were you watching it?
I was, yeah.
Yeah. How'd you find with the stress?
Yeah, it was intense, but it was a good day in the end.
Yeah, it's probably McIlroy, I'd say.
And why'd you go for him?
Because I watched the Ryder Cup.
And
that was kind of it.
And how's the experience watching the Ryder Cup? Stressful?
Yeah, but it was really good, really interesting. I watched it with my family, so yeah, it was good fun.
I think it's gonna have to be Rory.
He's been popular today.
He's got the green jacket.
Amazing.
I think it has to be Rory McIlroy, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to go with Rory as well. Recency bias, obviously, after the Masters and the Ryder Cup, but yeah, Rory McIlroy on top.
Did you watch the Ryder Cup?
Of course, I watched them both. Big fan of the golf, so I think it would be a bit like I have to pick Rory in this one.
Was his putt for the Masters the best moment of the year?
Best moment of the year? Oh.
Sporting moment.
Yeah, I think it was. Well, definitely best Irish moment of the year anyway, but yeah, I think it could be. It's up there anyway.
Okay.
Definitely up there.
I'm going to have to go man himself, Rory McIlroy.
I would ask you why again, but I think it's pretty obvious.
I think it was just what he done is just so special. He's been waiting years to do it and finally get to do it was just amazing. I'm going to go with Keane McPhillips.
Oh, not 4 Rory.
No, I'm not. So I'm just going to go with him because I think, although golf's hard, I think the athletics is way more impressive. I know that's a hot take, but...
That is a hot take, but I love it. We
yeah.
need to get some votes for him as well.
Yeah. So yeah, Keane McPhillips, yeah.
All right, the women then. Who's up for the women?
So for the Allianz Female Athlete of the Year, another absolutely stacked category. I mean, it doesn't get any less stacked the more the awards go on. You know, they're Team Ireland Olympic Awards. I suppose it's going to be pretty stiff competition. We have Aoife O'Rourke, Larry Gillespie, Fiona Murtagh and Kate O'Connor.
Yeah. This is an interesting one. I feel... So Aoife's in the boxing, Lara in the cycling, Fiona in the rowing, Kate O'Connor in the athletics. I feel like Kate stands out to me, but I'm not sure if that's just because of, again, recency bias of what she did in the World Championship, was so unprecedented and a bit of a surprise. Maybe that's coming from an athletics noob.
Yeah, I mean, same, but like the manner in which she did it as well, like 7 events in the heptathlon, and she set PBs in 5 of them. Like, smashed her own national record, like, to smithereens.
Yeah.
And with 2 events left, she'd injured her knee. So on day 2, she did the long jump and she'd injured her knee. And like, looked like it could have been pretty badly. And she had the javelin coming up next. And she even spoke about, like, she was only going to do one warm-up throw because she has to put so much weight in her foot when she's going to throw that javelin. She was afraid of injuring her knee even further, but she just went for it and like killed it on the first javelin throw, like moved her up into second place, and she never moved from second place then. she did another javelin throw, like you could tell she just gritted it out. Then she had the 800 metre run to finish. I mean, like, if you've got like an injured knee, it's probably the last thing you want to be doing.
Yeah.
And just
Smashed it.
Absolutely smashed it. Yeah, so for her to win the award in that way, like coming through an injury, and not for her also to be like the first Irish person to win a track and field award like that.
Medal, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
It's just, there's something special about it as well. The interviews after, like, her dad is her coach.
I know, yeah.
So it's just a real special feeling to it all.
Yeah, and a personal story that kind of resonates, I think, probably similarly in the Rory kind of struggle story, the whole just like personal element of it. I think Irish people really kind of lean into. But yeah, she's also up for the Olympic sporting moment of the year, as is Rory. So I think that kind of hints towards the impact that their success had this year, kind of in the Irish consciousness. But we're going to play you again, those people out in the streets last Thursday, what they think or who they think will win the Alliance Female Athlete of the Year. And then we've got a special kind of impromptu, debut for Dara Smith-Naughton, OTB's Dara Smith-Naughton. He's coming on Word on the Street to help us understand a little bit more about Lara Gillespie, because I think she'll be maybe a new name for a lot of people, but just how big her success was this year as well. So here you go.
I'd say boxing, it requires a lot of muscle.
Aoife? Yeah, she's insane.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go like rowing, so I'll go
Fiona Murtagh?
Okay,
good one. And now
really,
you're...
really ignorant to sports, so.
No, that's a great choice.
I'm going to say Fiona Murtagh.
Another Fiona. Can you show the camera? Another rower.
Yeah.
I would say I'm going to just have to go for boxing, I think.
Yeah, turn it around, show the camera.
O'Rourke maybe for boxing.
She's a beast.
Is she, yeah? Next Katie Taylor?
Possibly.
Well then.
We're going to go with Kate O'Connor, athletics.
Did you watch her this year?
I did. It was a great watch. Very good watch.
She's
and obviously Ireland are doing great at the Olympics in the women, so...
Yeah, athletics is on the up.
It is big on the up in Ireland.
I'll go Fiona Murtagh.
Yeah, show the camera.
Oh, sorry, here.
Why?
Personally, I think rowing is just so tough, so competitive nowadays. To get something of such high achievement is just incredible for the country.
I'll do Kate O'Connor for my women's Irish Athlete of the Year.
Do you want to show the camera? There we go. Our athletics person. Do you like athletics?
I do, yeah, it's very entertaining.
I'm going to go for Aoife O'Rourke because I just think boxing's, like, they're all hard sports, but the boxing, without a doubt, is, in my opinion, is the hardest sport out there. So Aoife O'Rourke. And, and she's she's a champion, so
yeah.
Amazing, yeah.
I think Fiona Murtagh for round.
You got to show the camera.
This one there.
Why?
I just thought she did really well in round.
I vote Fiona Murtagh.
Very good. She's popular today.
Yeah, oh, is she?
Kate O'Connor.
Nice.
Were you watching her athletics?
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So clearly the public's favourite in our very small sample size on Grafton Street pretty much is Fiona Murtagh of rowing. We didn't hear many votes there for, is it Lara Gillespie? Is that how you pronounce her second name? Gillespie. Sorry.
Yeah.
Talk to us about her. I know you were chatting to her yesterday out in the, what was it, the announcement of a new velodrome?
So yeah, the breaking of the ground for the new national velodrome. We've never had one.
That's
so it's
cool.
been a thing over the last 3 decades, I'd nearly say, of trying to get a velodrome. A lot of the riders would train out in Spain and Portugal, to get their track cycling in. But that's what makes Lara Gillespie's story even more incredible, is that she doesn't even get to train at home.
Yeah.
But she's managed to win a world championship. So she's the best in the world. She'll say she's not because she's like, I have to win it multiple times. But you're like,
oh really?
You're the best in the world right now.
Yeah, take it.
Come on. Without having a home training centre, which is very impressive. I was talking to her yesterday about this award, and she, spoke about the importance of it, and she mainly talked about kind of the impact on Irish cycling, and you know, we talk about cycling maybe being slightly a minority sport. It's a major sport in the world, but in Ireland, probably a bit of a minority sport. And I don't think it's necessarily growing in terms of numbers at the amateur level, unfortunately. But for her to go out and do what she's doing and get nominated for those type of awards, people were like, who's Lara Gillespie?
Yeah.
Oh, she's a world champion. Oh, wow. I didn't know that was an option in sport for women and girls in Ireland. And yeah, she's just been incredible. So a lot of people might know her for her track exploits, but she's very much road as well. That's where she got her start in cycling as well. And she's a world-class sprinter in road cycling as well. So she's having to balance those two different disciplines that are, you would think, quite similar, but they're really not. They're very different dynamics, and it's different terrain, and it's different in so many different ways. But she...
Is she one of the first in Ireland to win a World Championship?
Yeah, she was the first since Martin Irvine in 2013. I think that's it.
Wow.
So it's not a sport we're too accomplished in, really. But she's European champion as well. So it was definitely not a surprise that she was up there.
Yeah.
It's an amazing thing, but she's definitely not... She would have won a world championship by the time she'd finished up. Now she's just done it a bit of ahead of time, similar to like Ben Healy. He's quite young as well. So she's a lot to come. And then like in the road, we would have heard a lot more about her if it wasn't for a cyclist called Lorena Viba, who's just winning all the races at the minute in the women's cycling scene. But Lara's come second to her like 4 or 5 times this season, which is really annoying, but she'll get there. She actually rides for UAE, the same team as Pogacar, so she's with a really good team. So she's a lot of backing there. But yeah, incredible athlete as well, just pure natural athlete. She played a lot of hockey growing up, running. She was training for the Youth Olympic Festival in 2017 as a runner initially.
It's anytime you hear of a successful female athlete, you just nearly have to ask now, what else have you done to a world-class level? Because I know you've done it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And the other two, well, not the other two, but two of the runners that went on that tour were Sarah Healy and Rashida Adaleke.
No.
So that's kind of the level she was at as a runner. She was actually training partners with Sarah Healy for a long time, I think in hockey as well. But yeah, an incredible athlete. And it proves to her, because the way she balances the track and the road should not be understated. It's a ridiculous thing, but she talks about it like it's so normal. But yeah, like in general, I think she has a lot of potential. I don't think it's the last time she'll be up for that award.
Okay.
Going forward. She may not win it this year. There's some great contenders, but...
Can I ask a really stupid question?
Yeah.
Are there cycling races like that in the Olympics?
Yeah. There's track and there's road in the Olympics, yeah. So there's a one-off road race.
The Dutchies are really good at it.
Yeah, the Dutch are... They
Speaking
sweep
from
up.
my matter.
They sweep up in the men's and women's.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
You do cycle everywhere.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. It makes sense. There's more bike lanes.
But yeah, Lara Gillespie. God, I don't know why I struggle with that so much. Watch this space. Her name's going to pop up a couple of times over the next few years. And we do have some audio from her. So we're going to play that now.
You're for Female Athlete of the Year for the Olympic Sports Awards. Many will know you from the recent track success. That's also down to your success around the road season and the Tour de Femme this year. Tell us about that when you found out, your reaction. Were you excited?
Yeah, it's really cool. I think it's just so nice to have cycling get a bit of recognition. We have so many strong riders, and for such a small nation and such a small sport in Ireland, we have a lot of success actually compared to other nations who it's their main sport, and of course cycling isn't our main sport in Ireland here, but it's just so cool that we can have it in the news, have it people seeing it in the papers and then think, oh, I can ride a bike too, or that's a way that I can represent Ireland, that's a pathway to get to the Olympics. And I think for kids growing up on their mountain bike, on their track bike, and they can see that it's a possibility, I think that's really cool. So yeah, I'm really happy that we have this. It's a very versatile awards. There's athletics, there's boxing, there's cycling and rowing. So it's not just the big sports of Ireland, it's also the smaller sports are growing, which is really cool.
Okay, one of the biggest awards coming up on December 6th is the Fiat Olympic Sporting Moment of the Year. There's 3 awards shortlisted. So we've got Ben Healy wins the stage and takes yellow in the Tour de France, Kate O'Connor wins world silver medal in Tokyo, and Rory McIlroy's famous putt to win the Masters. I threw this up on my Instagram story, the little graphic that Eve made of the 3. And of 42 votes,
Okay.
we've got 74% voted for Rory's putt. 26%, 11 votes voted for Kate O'Connor, and 0 for Ben Healy taking the yellow jersey.
So I definitely didn't vote in that poll.
You clearly didn't vote, no. But this is why we have you here, because I think cycling just isn't in the consciousness of the Irish public at all yet. And slowly, as they do more and more incredible things, it'll come more into our consciousness. But I want you to tell us why that was so incredible for someone who has no idea.
Yeah, like, I suppose it does have its place in Irish sport when something great happens, and I do think it was a big thing at the time when Ben Healy. So that's kind of two moments. It takes the stage at stage 6, and then 3 or 4 days later on stage 10 he takes the jersey.
So what does it
technically
mean
two
to take the stage?
So
He
that
wins
means he wins the day.
Okay.
He won the day. He won the race on that day. First ever Tour de France stage win for him. And it was the first for Ireland in a long, long time. And he's one of only 4 to have done it. That was amazing in itself. That was a great celebration when it happened. But it was more, the yellow jersey is just a lot more prestigious and historic. I think it's a similar number to the amount that I've done it for Ireland, but it's one of those things where it's like the whole world of that sport was looking at him.
Even for the public as well. Like it would be more significant, I think, for me if I was like, oh, he's in the yellow jersey. I knew what that meant as opposed to winning the stage. You know,
I feel like yellow jersey it rings a bell. Everyone's like, oh, whoa, that's a big deal.
Yeah. And I think a lot of Irish people will have memories of Stephen Roche winning the Tour de France in '87. And that was a huge celebration. I think that was the first. You know, the way in Ireland we have this kind of thing is we love an open top bus in Dublin.
Everywhere.
I think it was the first, if I'm not mistaken. It was before Tally 90, like. So I think it has a special place in Irish sport, regardless of the take-up, I suppose, year by year in the sport. But and the thing is, Ben Healy was never considered a contender at any point to lead the race.
Oh, okay.
That's what made it so extraordinary, really, because you've Tadej Pogacar, who's the best cyclist of all time, really, who's currently in his best form, won the race in the end, but had the jersey, and Ben Healy had to rip it off him, which is in itself, taking any jersey off him is phenomenal, really. So that it's hard to kind of quantify how how extraordinary it was, but he just made absolute history out of nowhere. It wasn't just he was up for making history and did it. He did it completely unexpected as well.
Unexpected to even like yourself, who'd be really into cycling, would have been a shock to you.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I wasn't shocked he won a stage because he's a guy who's been in great form over the last 2 seasons, and there was some stages in the Tour de France this year that really suited his style. So it was a surprise, obviously, but it was like, that was coming.
Okay.
He would have won next season or the season after that, like it was coming. But the yellow jersey is just completely out of the blue, really.
Mad. What is he good at? You know how cyclists always, they're either like really good at climbing or they're really good, I don't know all the different various ones, but I know that they have special areas. What is he particularly good at?
He'd be a climber puncher type. He's definitely not a sprinter because he's a smaller guy and he wouldn't be super powerful.
Okay.
But his best trait is being able to take off by himself solo and ride out maybe 50, 60k by himself with no help whatsoever. And there's only a handful of riders in the peloton at the minute that can really do that.
Okay.
And he's right up at the top of that echelon. So, that's exactly how he, completed those feats as well this year. It was the stage itself, he broke away quite late on and stuck it out himself. And then even the day that he took the jersey, he came 3rd in the stage. But I remember watching it and texting into our team's group chat. You're like, he's a real chance of getting the yellow jersey here. Affect the stage itself. You can get the yellow jersey here. And that's exactly what was in his mind because he took off. He was in a group of maybe 15 at one stage, whittled down to 3 or 4, and none of them were helping him because they all knew what his aim was and they wanted to win the stage. Whereas Ben knew he was there for himself. He had to gain time on the leaders. And he managed to do that pretty much by himself. They were all just on his wheel, not helping him.
Wow.
Which essentially, if you're out at the front of the group, you're working by yourself.
Yeah, you're
lads are just on your wheel, taking all your slipstream.
Yeah, mad.
But yeah,
So what is next for him? Like, what do you think is his biggest kind of aims over the next couple of years? Because there's so much going on in cycling. It's not just the Tour de France.
Yeah, of course, yeah. There's 3 different Grand Tours, and then there's a lot of classics. So there's like Paris-Roubaix, Jan Velum, there's Amstel Gold Race, which he's already placed quite high in all those races. Paris-Roubaix, not yet, but in most of the classics, he's already put on some decent performances. So maybe take 1 or 2 of them. I don't think he's ever going to win a Grand Tour, the Giro or the Tour or the Vuelta in Spain.
Is that because he doesn't have a team?
His team, it's not. Yeah, there's 2 dominant teams right now. It's Visma Lease Bike and UAE are very dominant at the minute. He's not on one of them. He's with EF, but he can always change teams at some point in his career. He just doesn't strike me as a guy who's going to dominate a tour for 21 days.
Okay.
Because he's just not that type of rider. But I could see him going into a tour and winning 4 or 5 stages one year, which is like only a handful of people have done that.
Okay, not to put pressure on you, but with knowing how incredible it was for him to do this so out of the blue, compared to the 2 other moments, would you vote for him? As in, a lot of Irish people probably don't understand the gravity of what he did, so that plays into their vote. But with the knowledge, do you think it beats?
I'll put it this way. I think what he did is, it's so hard to quantify it all, but I think he did the hardest thing to do out of the 3. Whereas I think Rory has so much history behind it.
Yeah.
And such a story, and everyone was so invested in it. As a moment, Rory's by far, like, I don't think there's much competition, to be honest, but the Kate O'Connor and Ben Healy, you would argue almost harder things to do compared to Rory. People are going to get annoyed at that. Like,
There's no winning in this argument.
No,
there's
they're
absolutely none.
They're all great. They're all great.
Okay. And Dara, thank you very much for coming on Word on the Street.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Dara. It was really helpful to have Dara explain the impact of the cycling because, you know, we always try, like, you know, we've got like kind of different, not different interests sporting wise. And like if Eve is talking about football, and it's always like, yeah, okay, put that in rugby situation for you. Like it would be like who beating who. Yeah. So it was great to have Dara's input there, but I like the way he kind of differentiated it between sporting moment and like what they've achieved.
Yeah.
So it's important to have those 2 distinct categories. So for the Fiat Olympic sporting moment of the year, we have, as we were speaking about with Dara, Ben Healy winning the stage and taking yellow in the Tour de France, Kate O'Connor winning world silver medal in Tokyo, and Rory McIlroy's putt to win the Masters.
Yeah, I mean, as I was saying earlier, the fact that Kate and Rory pop up kind of in 2 awards, for me, is just an indication of not only the level of success that they had, but how iconic their moments were, which I think is going to parachute them when it comes to the public vote.
Yeah, and it's not like when you actually just talk about a moment, like when you think of a moment, what it is, it's a snapshot. Like it's immediately after. And the like Ben Healy and Kate O'Connor's achievements, incredible, especially as saying like Kate coming through that injury. So like that in that moment itself, it was like, this is unbelievable. But the moment Rory sinks that putt in the Masters
and drops to his knees,
it's
yeah. I feel like everyone we've spoken to, and a lot of the people who voted for Male Athlete of the Year as well, were saying Rory. I think based on that one moment, as you said. I think a lot of people will know this, but just in case you're listening and you don't, the reason Rory's whole moment was as significant and as emotional as it was is because it was 11 years on to the day almost from him claiming a previous major title, which was in the 2014 PGA Championship, and 14 years on from when he was 4 shots, I think, ahead at the final round of the Masters, and squandered it on the final day. So I think, as people know, he had so much history building into this day that's what made it so special. And even on the day itself, I mean, what was it? He was leading DeChambeau by 2 strokes on the final day before he teed off. Double bogey, which I'm only learning about golf these days.
To get back to the start, the first day he had, shocking first day. Everyone was like, rode off.
Yeah,
probably won't make the cut.
True.
Like it like that moment started on the first day. Yeah, day 1. He's not playing that well, and everyone's like, well, Rory's bottled it again. I can't believe we've been talking about this, and it's just the emotions of, oh my God, he's going to do it. No, he's not going to do it anymore. He's actually going to do it
Oh my
again.
God, he might do it again.
Yeah.
And then he should have won. I mean, he had one short putt to win it in just like normal regulation time. Managed to screw that up and then goes into the playoff with Justin Rose and then sinks the putt that I think even if you don't follow golf, you'll have seen the putt, seen the photos.
It's not a regret of mine, but I'd literally I think it was like my second or third week up in Dublin, so I didn't have a TV.
Oh, so you weren't watching?
So I was refreshing Twitter, X, and onto my friend, like FaceTime my friend Anna, thank you Anna, who was watching it.
No, I couldn't handle that.
To watch it via her.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Through her phone?
Yeah, because like she was just sending me all the updates. I was refreshing, but like Twitter wasn't working fast enough. So it's something I would have loved to have witnessed, even just on a normal TV or like with a crowd, but I did watch it, and it was the first golf tournament I think I've ever sat down to watch. And I didn't watch the full thing, but I watched the final day. And yeah, I think as I said, it hit home for anybody who's Irish, probably people who aren't Irish as well, but have witnessed Rory's struggle over the past few years. And I think it was so classic that, as you said, within the tournament, within 11 years, 14 years really, he had been struggling. Within the tournament, 4 or 5 days, he struggled. And then in the last day, it was like the whole 11 years condensed into one. Yeah.
He just went up, down, up, down, up, down to eventually then get that moment. So I think for me, even though, as we've been speaking about this whole pod, Kate's achievements were incredible, and Irish athletics, I think somebody in one of the voice notes said it, public vote said it, that athletics is really on the up in Ireland, and it absolutely is. And the more they achieve, the kind of more we pay attention and the more incredible it becomes. Ben Healy, Dara kind of spoke volumes about how incredible that was. But for me, just for the emotion it generated, it's Rory. Yeah, you agree?
In that singular moment, yeah.
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 I think, as you said, the title of the award is Moment of the Year. And it doesn't get much better than that, except maybe if Shane Lowry's putt was in there for the Ryder Cup. That had a similar level of emotion for me.
It did, yeah. Big year for the golf.
And I have to say, we put this up on Instagram, and the first comment was Troy F, a bunch of very colourful emojis, parrot, which I do think a lot of people will be thinking. But that happened. It's not an Olympic sport, unfortunately. Well, it is, but it wouldn't have been an Irish Olympic moment. And also it happened a little bit too late, probably, for the nominations for the awards.
Yeah, and to everyone in my DMs saying Cork losing the All-Ireland, you were noted and you have been blocked. Because there was a couple.
Blocked. Ouch. I'd say that hit home.
It did, still.
Yeah. Okay, so as we said, December 6th, that is when they will actually be announced. We'll see if any of our very in-depth surveys or opinion polls, as Kathleen called them, actually come out to be true.
Yeah, and if anyone wants to send us some outfits to wear...
Yeah, that'd be great. Or
absolutely
where we
open.
can pick up a cheap outfit, because be expensive these days. Might rent.
Yeah.
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 Okay, that has been Word on the Street. Hopefully Eve will be back next week, and we can't wait to chat to you then.
I think they'll go all the way to the final, to be honest. Yeah. I believe in my county, and I suppose they're good at football. They just have to believe in themselves.
I love playing 12, I love playing 10. I love being on the pitch, to be honest.
Are you confident?
Absolutely not.
Ah, no!
Thank you for all the supporters. Thank you for the team. Thank you, France. Merci la France. Merci les baguettes. Merci les croissants. Je vous aime. I love you.